So what I'm doing right now is very, very unsafe, and I highly recommend that nobody ever does it, myself included. Because I used to be an adrenaline junkie, but I find that getting on a freeway these days gives me the adrenaline I need. This is Mount Walker, and as you can see, the last group of people that I saw up here were about a half hour ago, and they turned around at that peak down there. I decided to continue climbing up, which was fun, continues to be fun, but also a little bit terrifying. And obviously not everybody is able to do this, so I figured might as well share the experience of using your body without ropes, without gear, and making sure you are stable footed every time you take a step before putting weight where you step, because it's a long way down. And sometimes you just have to jump like that, and you can be extra dramatic about it. Well, I don't think there was a reason for it, so I didn't do it. That peak over there is Mount Eleanor, which is, at this point in my life, I thought was a challenging hike, but after today, I think that mountain is like a light warm-up compared to Mount Washington. And really, I suppose what hiking is to me is the idea of being alone in the forest without a herd of people, to reconnect with nature, because our society sort of tears us away from how we are supposed to be into what we need to be to survive. So mountains like this, where there's not a whole lot of people because they are physically challenging, are a great reminder of not only our physical capabilities, but our mental capabilities to overcome the panic that one might feel if they were staring down this cliff like I am right now, or they walked off the trail and got lost for a moment. And while I have previously jogged up Mount Eleanor and down Mount Eleanor, I must say that even I had the urge to turn back on this trail, and I would not recommend it on any sort of rainy day, as most of the trail is seemingly built down lower in what was a creek bed in the winter. It is very steep, and it would not be where you would want to be when water was coming down, because you'd probably be coming down with it as well. And I do believe that even though it's foggy up here and I can't see the Puget Sound, that it does not matter, because the view is not what I came for. It was the journey that got me here. And I think that is something that we should all strive for in our life, is being mindful of our intention and also being mindful of when our intention becomes neglected, completely forgot about, and we end up on the completely wrong path. And while I have done that once upon this trail, here I am, just stood on a very wobbly rock, and it gave me a little bit of a feeling of panic for a moment, but I was able to overcome it. But as a demonstration of why this mountain is challenging, I will show you. This looks like a stable place to grab, but it was not. And I think all of us, whether it be on a mountainside like this, or whether it be with other actions in life, go in this autopilot mode where we don't think about what we're doing, or we get trapped in our head and become unsafe as a result. When I grabbed that rock back there that just went down, I did the same thing I'm doing with my feet. With every step, I made sure that it was able to bear my weight before I let it bear my weight. And as a person who has battled with mental health problems throughout his life, it's easy to get stuck in your head, let the anxiety take over, and be on autopilot. But really, truly, the only way to live is to free yourself of it, and also free yourself of the weights that are in your way. So I left this machete here when I decided to climb up that, so I thought it would be in my way. I think it's a good metaphor for life in carrying the dead weight of emotions, anxiety, depression, and not expressing ourselves for fear of what others will believe about us. And I believe that when we learn to realize that we're carrying the dead weight, we begin to make choices like me leaving this machete behind. And our lives become easier. The alternative is, and you can slide too on Scree. It's just super fun. The good thing about this Scree is though, while it still hurts to fall, you're likely gonna slide backwards and not over an edge. But unburden yourself with whatever it is that you hold on to that makes you see life as a series of objectives. Obviously, hiking is one of those things where people will go and do things like the Mount Eleanor Trail, and they're doing it simply for the view at the top. Even though their bodies really aren't physically able to handle it, and they still do it I started with the intention of seeing all of these mountains in a clear sky because that's what the weather forecast said. However, that is not what has actually occurred. And I have enjoyed the hike just as much as I would have if it was sunny. In fact, I probably have enjoyed it more as a result of it not being sunny, because I am this pale-skinned redhead man that sun and all of that is not my primary friend. But if you're ever in Olympic National Forest or the area, I highly recommend this trail, but I also highly recommend that you have both upper and lower body strength because you need both of them in reality. And if you're the type of person that needs the poles to go down hills because your knees can't take it, I highly recommend choosing a different thing to do, because this trail is not safe if you choose to bring things like that along. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video. Remember to embrace your journey and let go of that which weighs you down, that you don't need to bear the weight of if it brings your soul misery.